Thursday to you. We did end off the day with some pretty wet conditions out there. Actually sat at a few good thunderstorms earlier this afternoon. Luckily no severe weather, but had some reports of hail actually in Burke County just off Highway 25. And just really tracking this rain to continue across the area over the next couple of hours. Here's a live look over I-20 just outside of our building here, and definitely some ponding on the roadways. So if you have any plans to be out and about around town, just make sure you are staying safe on the roads. Could definitely hydroplane out there, so make sure you're keeping that speed down too. Temperatures have cooled off into the 60s, and honestly, we didn't really warm up a ton today, just thanks to a fairly cloudy day until this rain did arrive. We only had a high temp of 73 officially today in Augusta. Here's a look at our first alert radar network, just showing that this first wave is now kind of reaching the Savannah River corridor, about to continue over the river and push off towards the northeast, but still tracking some pretty heavy rain in a few spots, especially just north of Augusta across southern Edgefield County, portions of Aiken County, right over Fort Gordon. We're tracking some very heavy rain. Wherever you're noticing that red color on radar, those are rain rates over an inch per hour. So this can definitely lead to some minor flooding issues for flood-prone areas. Same thing in Waynesboro, pretty decent downpour there. In Waynesboro, you've seen a good amount of rain so far today. Take a look at some of these radar estimated rain totals, where we did have some hail reports earlier today, just off Highway 25 between Waynesboro and Millen. Over 3 inches of rain possibly fell there earlier today. Up until about right now. Same thing in Jefferson County all the way down towards Swainsboro and Emmanuel County. And the rain is still falling, folks, so definitely if you live in a flood-prone area, just be mindful that you could have some issues that will continue over the next couple of hours. Now there is this one, what we call a meso low. If you kind of watch this loop, you can actually see that there's a little counterclockwise circulation going on right here near Valdosta. So this is an upper level low that's working its way through thanks to a short wave. And this should keep most of that heavier rain behind this initial wave for us, start to push off towards the east. So this is our first wave that's kind of pushing off this way. This is going to be tracking off this way. So we could still see some lingering light showers behind this initial wave for us. But for the most part, this is our heavy rain event for tonight. So once this first wave does kind of clear your area, not going to be completely dry overnight, but just not looking at a heavy rain threat once that first wave passes by your location. But with the rain continuing tonight, there is going to be a low-end flash flood risk. We've already seen several inches of rain in a few spots, so if you live in a flood-prone area, just a heads up, this is going to continue to be a threat for us over the next couple of hours. Heading into tomorrow, we're not expecting as widespread a coverage of rain, but any rain that does form Friday has the potential to turn into a strong thunderstorm. But the coverage is going to be very isolated. So there will be people tomorrow that just don't see any rainfall Friday. So it is going to be one of those setups to where it's going to be very hit or miss, feast or famine with the rain totals, but just need to stay weather aware because any storm that does form has that potential to be on the stronger side. As we continue into tonight, once again, the heavier rain risk does go down once we get past midnight, but there's still going to be some widely scattered showers across the area as we head towards daybreak tomorrow morning. For the most part, I would say for our Friday morning through at least midday, there's not going to be much rain across the CSRA. It's going to be another cloudy start to our Friday. Temperatures will finally start to warm up once those clouds break into the afternoon. And then there you go. That's the coverage of rain we're expecting on Friday. Nothing too significant. So some spots will see rain, others won't. It's impossible to say who has that highest chance. It's really anyone just has a chance for getting hit by a passing storm. Others could have just an equal chance of seeing absolutely nothing. But the thing is, since there's going to be these isolated, what we call discrete supercells, they'll have the ability to just kind of tap into that ambient environment and potentially turn severe. So that's where that marginal severe risk is coming into play. But all this is going to be driven by a cold front that will clear all this rain from the areas we head into Friday night. Behind that front, we are going to see some slightly drier air moving on Saturday. Saturday is looking like a gorgeous day. We should see plenty of sun. High temperatures will be warmer in the low to mid 80s and no rain in the forecast on Saturday. Heading into Sunday, that's when it changes once again. We're going to bring in our next system that likely will bring us an opportunity for widespread heavy rain again to end off the weekend. So try to get your outdoor plans in on Sunday or on Saturday. Sunday's looking like a washout, unfortunately. And then we do finally dry out into next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, we're going to see nothing but sun It is going to be cooler though, and it's actually going to be pretty breezy next week, and that wind will actually start to pick up on Sunday. So that system that will bring us the high rain chances Sunday, it's also going to be bringing us pretty gusty conditions. We'll likely see some wind gusts over 30 miles an hour at times Sunday as that rain is continuing to fall. Luckily, we're not expecting a severe weather threat Sunday, but with more widespread heavy rain, likely going to continue just that low end flood risk again for us. Looking at our two long range models for rain totals, both the European and the GFS model are showing anywhere from 2, possibly even up to 4 inches in a few spots. So the heavy rain risk continues for us. So just make sure you're keeping those gutters cleared out and make sure that rain has a way to move out efficiently. Now the good news is about all this rain, it does knock off our pollen count. So for tomorrow, pollen count should be medium, jumps up again Saturday with that dry weather, and then on Sunday, even though you're not really going to be able to get outside and enjoy it, the pollen count will be very low as that rain does fall on Sunday. Jumps right back up though into next week as the wind kicks up and we do bring back some generally much drier conditions once we move past Sunday. So here's a look at our 7-day forecast. Friday, remember, don't let that 40% fool you. We're not expecting a lot of rain Friday. It would be very hit or miss, mainly into the afternoon. We're mostly dry Saturday before heavy rain shows up again Sunday. It's going to get windy Sunday, and then that wind will be a factor as we head into next week. But luckily, we finally get another dry stretch. Next Monday through Thursday look completely dry. Those temperatures will be running just a little bit below normal though. So stay dry out there for tonight. If you can avoid the roadways, that's going to be your best thing to do, just with the ponding out there. And no one likes to drive around crazy drivers in the rain. But hopefully you have a great night. We'll have another update for you coming up on News 12 at 11.